What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I don't say this much, but shout out to Stephen A. Smith for his top 5 list that he just revealed on ESPN First Take of the 5 players who are feeling the most pressure to win a championship. All right. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the ranking, but I agree with the players. At number 1, I believe he had Chris Paul up there as far as players who are who are under the pressure to win a championship. Of course, Chris Paul, a perennial playoff choker in many different ways, whether it's underperforming in key games or just getting hurt at the most inopportune times. I think at number 2, he had James Harden, who was a perennial playoff choke artist. So absolutely, I agree on that one. At number 3, he had Jason Tatum. Now, I don't agree with the ranking because Tatum did go to the finals last year, and that was his first NBA finals, although he did not play particularly well in the finals. So I don't agree with that ranking. If anything, I would have taken him off and put Kawhi up there, who's at number 5, by the way. Kawhi's at number 5. I would have put Kawhi at number 3 and Paul George, who's never won a championship, at number 5. Because Paul George is also an all-star caliber player. He went to the Clippers, part of that supposed super team, dynamic duo that's supposed to lead the Clippers to elite status, which has eluded them. Number 4, I agree with 100%, Nikola Jokic. And it's the same arguments that we are making here in the LDBC. And it's not that Jokic is not a great player. And yes, there have been players that are in the Hall of Fame that haven't won a championship. And there have been players that have won MVPs that haven't won a championship. But this is where they're not understanding the point we're making. And it's interesting that both J.J. Redick and Mad Dog came to Jokic's rescue, arguing that he shouldn't be on the list, making all these excuses. It is what it is, But anyway, this is the thing. We get on Steve Nash, right? Steve Nash was a great player. He's a Hall of Famer. But nobody would compare Steve Nash to Magic Johnson, who's one of the few players to win 3 MVPs, legitimate MVPs, right? 87, 89, and 90. Though some will argue that maybe Charles Barkley should have won it in 90, but it went to Magic. I mean, they did win 63 games in 1990, if I'm not mistaken, without Kareem, But anyway, most people tell you, look, Steve Nash, they gave him 2 MVPs. The first one, okay, maybe you give it to him, though Shaq says otherwise. But the second year, it should have definitely went to Kobe Bryant, in my opinion. Kobe Bryant, the next best player on his team was Lamar Odom. But Kobe was able to put up 35.4 points per game back in a league that was only averaging 97 points a game. The Lakers were only averaging 99 points a game. When you compare that to James Harden, when he was averaging 34 and 36, the league average was around 110 points a game. All right? 110, 111. When you adjust for pace, the greatest scoring season in the history of the NBA, and he didn't get the MVP, even though he led the Lakers to 45 victories. So a lot of people like Steve Nash, why did he get 2 MVPs? And in retrospect, it looks like a bad decision on the voters. Jokic has potential going to get 3 MVPs in a row. 3. That's rarefied air. This is the point I'm trying to make, but these people aren't listening. It's not that Jokic isn't great. Matter of fact, that's what's making my argument. If Jokic is so great, he should be leading his team to the finals. That's the point I'm trying to make. These guys, don't even realize that when they keep talking about how great he is and how much attention you're giving him, the fact that he's not getting to the finals is an even bigger argument for my case. 3 MVPs. Do you know how many players have had 3 MVPs? Maybe 5. Moses Malone, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Wilt, Michael Jordan, LeBron. That's 7. That may be it. I may have missed somebody, but I think that's it. 7 or so players out of the top 75. And all the players I've named are at least top 15 all-time players. Most of them top 10. So if you're potentially saying Jokic is a top 10 all-time player, well, then I'm sorry. He has to win a championship. He has to. If Russell Westbrook has the pressure as a lesser player to win a championship, Nikola Jokic cannot get passes. I don't care how much you like him. I don't care how much you think it's about race, because it's not. It's a historical thing. You cannot be amongst that pantheon of players and not have a championship. That's what separates Charles Barkley from Michael Jordan, John Stockton from Magic. That's what separates Jason Kidd from Isaiah Thomas. Hardware. We cannot change the rules because of, for whatever reasons you want to change it. JJ Redick, Mad Dog Russo. So anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.